Hello everyone and welcome to Stack Mod. We've got two new releases I want to run past you guys very quickly. The first one being this is the pod tray. If you know the current AttyStack or AttyStack Lite system, this one is just an addition to those already existing trays that can hold your pods. Currently it can hold a number of different pods. Vaporessor XRRS, the UL Caliburns, the Oxford Slim pods, the Dovpo Ace pods, the Geek Vape Q pods. There's a few others as well. Now they are kind of most of the Caliburn range we know are for sure fit. The XRS pods fit very snugly. I've got one here which I've kind of already pre-stacked as well. You can see kind of how it looks with the 50mm rods. Now if you do get this, you get a tray and you get a set of rods included in the cost as well. And they fit in there really snug. Now if you do want to use some of the other types, for example this is the Caliburn G2, the tolerances are slightly different. Obviously this one sits in there a little bit more loose, you've got a little bit more leeway, but the idea being obviously we can accommodate as many different pods as possible. So that is available on the site now. Go and check it out folks, and like I say, you can stack this really nicely if you want to be a bit more organised. We've also added this kind of hole at the bottom if you get a leaky pod. Now we all hate leaky pods, but it does happen, so we've just included that just in case. Currently it's only available in the main AttyStack line. We haven't done a light version of this, but we do plan to release one in future. Moving on to the second thing. This is not it, but this is what it's inspired from. This is a Steve Dilligaff Porter piston stand, created by the wonderful Steve Dilligaff Porter, believe it or not. He made these piston stands in kind of a couple of sizes. It was this size, and I've also got a slightly smaller one as well. Very good little build stand or display stand. This was actually made, this is made from an actual piston, and he does wonderful jobs with these. Unfortunately he doesn't do them anymore. Now I spoke to Steve quite recently, kind of asked for his blessing to create this, or at least, yeah, this is the whole set as such. What we have here is a 55mm piston stand, similar kind of style to the original pistons that Steve used to make, and we've got a slightly smaller 40mm here. Now what you've got here is the full set. Now the full set comes just like this, with 6 of your smaller 40mm and the larger 55mm on top. Along with that you get this tray. If I just remove this quickly, this is your little storage tray to keep it oil in. Of course it's branded on the base as well, and this is done in a sparkly black, which is very nice. Now you might be wondering about the 510. This is all 3D printed. There's no metal 510, it's all 3D printed. The way these are designed is very much like the AttyStack trays, particularly those that can take an atomizer, a tank or an RDA. The threading, or I should say the 3D print lines, are designed in such a way that they can comfortably take a normal 510 pin from your atomizer, and you just kind of carefully thread and it will thread in absolutely fine. Go further actually, there you go, and it's in there nice and solid. Now you might also be wondering about kind of long-term durability. Well, the AttyStack line's been going for nearly a year now, and I've been using it, I say day in day out, but pretty much every single day I've had no problems. What I would say is once it makes that threaded hole and you got the thread there from the 510, it's solid. It's solid, it doesn't wear down. Yes, there is the potential you could possibly cross-thread it, but you'd have to really try. It would be hard work. Now these are actually kind of double up as something else. If you flip these upside down, I'll just pop that in there for now, and I'll pop my 55mm like that. 50mm bottles, this is a Nixer one here, will fit inside the 40mm pistons, and the 100mm or 120mm bottles will fit inside the 55s there. So if you're not using tanks on top of these, you can of course put your e-liquid bottles in them as well. Now there is obviously a little bit of play. We've kind of tried to allow for as many different size bottles as possible because there are different versions out there, but they sit in there quite comfortably as well. So the piston stand again is available on the site. Comes in with, you can get two different size piston stands, or you can get, for a bit of a discount price, you can get the whole set which comes just like this. That's all the updates for now from Stack Mod. I do intend to release a lot more things in future. I might try and do these videos maybe once a month with new releases or new ideas or things we're working on. The next thing coming up from the AttyStack line will probably be double wide trays, which will still be fully compatible with the current AttyStack line, but will just be double wide for people who need extra storage but they don't want different options. Some of the trays we do at the minute offer kind of a couple of spaces for 30mm and a couple of spaces for 25s. We want to cover a broader range, but also cover for people who have just 25mm atomizers and they've got 10 of them. So a double wide will give them a lot more room, store a lot more, and then obviously you'll be able to stack from there as well. So anyway, have a good one folks.